Hi everyone, my name is Ruthie VanGorder and this is today's Mindful Moment. So mindfulness is really our ability to maintain this moment by moment awareness of our own thoughts and our feelings and our emotions, what's going on in the world around us, maybe, how we're feeling physically in our body. Maintaining that awareness from moment to moment is part of mindfulness. The other part is being able to maintain that awareness without judgment of ourselves and all that's going on, and with a sense of acceptance and compassion and just basic understanding. It's really that ability to tune into what we're sensing in this present moment without rehashing the past or imagining the future. Yeah, that's hard to do, especially today, right? It's a struggle. How do we live in this present moment without rehashing and recalling the past and not imagining the future? That's a challenge. Our mind is really kind of like water. When it's choppy and turbulent, right? It's hard to see. It's hard to see in a choppy sea of water, right? But when the water's calm, everything's clear. That's really what mindfulness is learning how to have a little bit of calm within the chaos, right? So today we're going to talk about moving toward gravity. Yeah. And this exercise that I think is so cool called the fist exercise. And I learned this exercise actually from the woman who brings us our quote of the day. And her name is Vidmalia Birch, and she's the co-founder of the Breathworks organization, and she has taught meditation and mindfulness for 2 decades or more. So here's what she has to say about emotion. Our resistance to the unwanted emotion is usually the cause of all of our secondary stress. Let me say that again. I got a little tongue twisted. Let's listen again. Our resistance to the unwanted emotion is usually the cause of all of our secondary stress. So if we unpack that a little bit, the resistance to that unwanted emotion, right? It's there. We're feeling stuff these days, right? It's there. And we often resistant. It is natural to do that, right? But I love what she says here, that it's usually the cause of all of our secondary stress. That secondary stress is the stuff that gets us. That's the stuff that hurts, over time. It's how our body responds to prolonged stress. So what do we do about it? Well, today we're going to actually look at the impact of our resistance to gravity and explore this simple technique that I learned just and have used and just love, and thought it'd be a good one to share with you. Really going to explore how this technique can help us become aware of some of our resistance that our body is using in response to the stresses in our life, and use this as a mindful technique to say, hey, I notice it, it's there, and what can I do about it? Right? So in today's chaos and all the turmoil and the uncertainty and dealing with just lots of new and deeper emotions, I think this is a really good time to explore how moving toward gravity can have an impact on our mindfulness practice. So, are you ready? Here's what you're going to do. Wherever that you are right now, make a fist with one hand. Just go ahead and make a fist. As tight as you can. Make that fist. Notice your breath. What happened to it? Did you stop breathing for a second? Did you hold your breath? Is your breathing inhibited in any way just from making a fist? Now drop into gravity. Notice it. Notice the weight of gravity on your shoulders, on your head, on your fist. And settle in and take a couple deep breaths. Breathing in through your nose and then out through your mouth. Imagine that you're breathing into your fist. What does your fist want to do? Does it want to soften just a little bit? Does it want to relax? Does it want to open up a little bit? Continue to be aware of your breath and just notice our resistance to release it. And then allow gravity to settle and ground you. Continue to take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, let gravity ground you. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, settle in. Find those tight places. Is it still your fist? Or is it somewhere else? And just soften and release. Acknowledge that gravity wants to keep us settled and grounded, but the tension that we held within our fist wants to lift us and spread that tension and resistance throughout the rest of our body. This exercise helps us to become aware of our tensions and where we're holding those tensions and our resistance to rise up against gravity, right? But allow your breath to let you settle and release and relax. It helps us realize how our breath and gravity can help us acknowledge, release, and let go. So take another deep breath and then let it out. And notice anywhere where you're holding any tension. So, what do we do now? Great question. Here's what we do now. We take a break before we need it. This is the trick. I really think this is great wisdom that, again, was shared with me. It goes along with this fist exercise. Here's what I want you to think about doing today. I want you to grab your phone or an egg timer, whatever that you have, and set it for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And when it goes off, do what we just did. Tighten your fist, take a deep breath in, and let it out. Learning to do that 2 or 3 times every 20 to 30 minutes can make a big difference. We are holding our tension. We're holding on to that emotion. We're trying to figure life out. And there's a lot of life to figure out right now. But letting go of that tension through our breath every 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah. See if it helps. Give it a try. Set your timer. When it goes off, take a breath, acknowledge the tension, and let it go. Let gravity work with you, right? Let that pressure of gravity let you settle into the earth. When we hold tension, we want to rise up, right? It's like revolt, right? But let gravity settle you into where you are in this present moment. So the challenge is to set a recurring timer. I think I forgot to say that, mention that part, sorry. Every 20 to 30 minutes. Give it a try today. Set it, let it go off. And when it goes off, you're gonna go, what is that timer? And then take a couple of deep breaths. Give it a try every 20 to 30 minutes. What can it hurt, right? So today's Mindful Minute focused on moving toward gravity and exploring the use of the fist exercise. We also snuck in there the timer every 20 to 30 minutes. Let's remember the wisdom in today's quote, that our resistance to the unwanted emotion is usually the cause of all of our secondary stress. Look for opportunities today, throughout your day, to return to this simple exercise. Acknowledge the tension, release it, settle into gravity, and let it go, right? So take it seriously today. Give it a try. Set that timer, 20 to 30 minutes. Thanks for joining me. May you be well. May you be mindful. And may you begin to let gravity work with you to be mindful on this journey. See you next time.